I used to be very jealous of Ranjith sir. Like, you know, हम जो भी stunt sequences जो भी थे, you know, it was in like direct the sun, the scorching sun. I would look at him and he would be sitting in his Prada glasses.
From there he'll come to explain the scene to us. One umbrella will come with him. Yeah, right.
I'm protecting myself.
See what he's saying? I'm protecting myself.
That's Thangalaan.
Thangalaan. She used to call it Thangalaan.
I used to call him Thangalaan. Every time he came.
Pretty much. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was a running joke. Usually लोग female actors को bikini और ये सब पहनाते हैं फिल्मों में. Like we are more dressed than you are, you know. So we used to like find that really funny. Initially it was very difficult यार. मुझे तो लगा कि मुझे निकालने वाले फिल्म से मुझसे हो रहा नहीं है.
Hi, this is ETimes. My name is Jigar Shah. Today we are with the team of Thangalaan, Vikram sir, Malavika Mohanan and Pa Ranjith. Now, I don't know who should I ask my first question, either to you or to him, because I don't know, because he has a penchant for picking roles which are as complex as you can think of. So you take simple roles and go to him and he asks to make it more complex, or you only go with complex roles to him?
I love this question.
That's the best question we've heard.
He's got 5 roles in the same film. I guess MGR had 9 roles in one film earlier. I guess MGR had 9 roles. Shivaji Ganesan sir had 9 roles in one film. He's got 5 now.
I've done one with 14.
So yeah, see, now imagine now.
No. Initially, we had only one role.
So he made 4.
No. Let me finish. And initially, I had only one role. I wrote about that script, and after that, the Thangalaan brought to me into that all characters. That Thangalaan historically what happened that time, I researched a lot of things, and I found one day in a Thangalaan, and Thangalaan had a lot of ancestors, and Thangalaan had a root, Thangalaan had a folklore stories, Thangalaan had a mythological stories. So that worlds, it makes me understand we cannot provide only Thangalaan. Thangalaan had a lot of different thought and different roots, and we need to tell with that Kadayan, Adimuni, Nadamuni, and so that is why I brought all 4-5 characters,
And also he decided that once, because actually your question actually had the answer in it. The moment you realized we were going to do a film, he said, let's not do a normal film. Let's do something which is more different, and that was on the cards. That was the first thing we decided.
What is normal for you? 2 roles?
No, not about the number of roles. He said, let's not do since we are doing a film together, let's do something special and spectacular.
But if I may just add a little context to that for those who are watching who don't know, KGF is Kolar Goldfields, which is a gold mine, जो कि काफी लोगों को पता नहीं है, you know, like even when me and my friends, like, you know, when I was discussing the story with them for the first time, a lot of people don't know about Kolar Goldfields, and the thing is, KGF starring Rocky Bhai has become such a big cult in its own form that we think it's बस film की नाम है KGF, but KGF is the short form for the gold mines, which is an actual place, and our story goes into a completely different direction, जो कि which is taking true events that have happened to the community how
KGF was formed.
How Kolar Gold Mines was, you know, what happened there, the people who lived there, and उनके life में जो कहानी है.
The Tamils had actually, a lot of them were from Tamil Nadu.
It was one of the most prominent gold mines in the southern belt of our country. So there's a lot that has happened in that area. So it's diving into a whole different aspect of कि वहाँ पर क्या हुआ था, वहाँ पर कौन रहते, वहाँ की कहानी क्या है, और उस कहानी को लेके उसमें काफी interesting genres को mix कर दिया है. You know, he's taken history, he's taken like folk elements, folk narratives, adventure, fantasy, mysticism, myths. You know, वहाँ का जो folklore है, folk goddess, तो ऐसे different elements को mix करके वो एक अलग ही कहानी उन्होंने try किया है.
Vikram sir, you've got 5 different looks of the film. Please tell me about that look on that horse with just a loincloth on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, just tell me, how did it walk from the studio to the set?
That was the first one.
That's Thangalaan.
Thangalaan.
She used to call it Thangalaan.
I used to call him Thangalaan. Every time he came.
Pretty much. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was a running joke. Usually लोग female actors को bikini और ये सब पहनाते हैं फिल्मों में. Like we are more dressed than you are, you know. So we used to like find that really funny. No other male actor will do.
But it's true, but the way he plays with his body is mind-blowing. I don't know how does he take care of it.
This one initially, but I was like the first, not during this. During the teaser, when I first came out, I was like, okay, I'm wearing this, what do I do? Initially, I mean, it wasn't like I was feeling very conscious, but when I took off my robe and I just stood there and, okay, I'm doing it. I stepped over. And then after that, when I came for this, he said, no, this is going to be more skimpy, no, push it up more. So whenever I looked around, I said, it's not up, you push it up. And they were like dreading. They'd hate it when I looked around because I'm not going to do this alone. Do it. And she came the first day and she was like, whoa, what's happening? But then after that, you realize everybody's in that. All the women were without blouses. They just had the sari. And she was the most clothed actually after the horse. And then it was like, it was cool because we were in a different world. And when we used to see people like Ranjith, of course, I mean, our unit was like that. Then one of his friends had come over to the location. She was with glares and nice designer wear and stuff. And we all looked at her very sadly. Yeah, what is wrong with her? Why was she with dress? See, when you go to a location, there's another hero, there's another heroine there, and then there's a director, and you want to impress everybody, so you come dressed. And we all looked at her very sadly. And I'm not even exaggerating, I swear. It got so comfortable, and because we were in that and we got into that world, and we didn't have time to sit around and talk, and like we didn't have chairs, where no trappings of comfort, luxury, nothing. We just sit on the ground. So we became like them. So it was no big deal. So anyone wearing clothes who was not the unit, then we look at them very oddly. Like you got used to jeans and shorts and blah blah. But suppose someone comes with like nice flashy clothes, and glasses and cheap power.
But I used to be very jealous of Ranjith sir. Like, you know, जो भी stunt sequences जो भी थे, you know, it wasn't like direct the sun, the scorching sun. I would look at him and he would be sitting in his Prada glasses in a tent covered, and I'm like, wow, I'm so jealous. I've never been this.
And from there he'll come to explain the scene to us. One umbrella will come with him. Yeah, right.
I'm protecting myself.
See what he's saying? I'm protecting myself. Throw us to the elements. And then he'll have on fire burning, and we'll be there. I'll be like getting the gold out, and he'll switch on the propeller, and the ash will just hit our face. He's like, good, it's nice. And, you know, and then you can't open your eyes. No, sir, open your eyes. I can't see your eyes. And you know the whole thing, everything. He kept making it worse. And it was beautiful on screen.
But just dragged him like, do one cameo in the film. Only. Come.
I did. All my characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Malavika, how was it to do? You are this petite build who had to be trained to do your stunt scenes in the film, and then you have action scenes with him, with this man who's been doing action scenes, I don't know, since like 25 years from now. Yeah. And I think I'm an admirer of this man since I saw Ravan. Both versions, Ravan and Ravanan, when he was doing both scenes back to back. That itself blows my mind off.
Thank you.
So how do you take on this man?
That was exactly my fear.
How do you take on that?
That was exactly my challenge. And to add to that, I was not trained in the stunts that I'm doing, the kind of stunts that are required of me in this film. There's a martial art form called Silambam.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is derived, like a lot of those stick fighting and, you know, the movements are derived from that. And I'm not trained in that, you know, obviously. So I had to start from scratch with the entire physicality of it, because this is a character where like more than like 50% is physicality, like how you are and how you, not how you pretend to be, but how you are and how you use your body, your agility, your, you know, everything, how you fight, how you become. That was the main challenge for me. Over the looming challenge that, you know, I had to look convincing fighting him, which was a mammoth fear that was in front of me. But I think everything happened so fast कि मुझे time ही नहीं मिला to sit and like mull over it. You know, like I came on board, you know, in 10 days the shoot started. We did a few days, and, you know, he figured out कि I need more time to prep. So then I went, I underwent training, rigorous training, all of that. I came back and we dived right into it. Lekin this was a constant thing I wanted to get right, कि it should be convincing for the audience when these two Aarti and Thangalaan are fighting, क्योंकि काफी face-off scenes है दोनों characters के बीच में film में कि
when he first got her in that look, the moment he saw her, he said perfect, because she looked like an athlete and she's like that, she can be a warrior. But when she got her to the set and he said, okay, let's try her the deep end, he pushed her off the deep end and he had the fight. And it was so difficult, like, you know, but then she came back from that and, sorry.
Initially it was very difficult यार. मुझे तो लगा कि मुझे निकालने वाले फिल्म से मुझसे हो रहा नहीं है. मतलब कभी सीखा ही नहीं है तो कैसे, you know, it's like learning how to swim or cycle. Unless you don't do it, unless you don't like develop that skill set, आपको कैसे मालूम कि कैसे करना है. तो मुझे लगा भाई मुझे कुछ आ रहा नहीं है, मैं कर नहीं पा रही हूँ. मुझे अभी दो तीन दिन में कॉल आएगा कि saying sorry, हमने किसी और को ले लिया है आपके जगह पे. But then he said, okay, you know, मैं दूसरा schedule shoot करके आ रहा हूँ, which doesn't require you, और आप training कर लो. तो वैसे शुरू हुई मेरी training. And then it was like a constant process which went on for like 6 months, 8 months, like the duration
now
of.
in a sleep also she keeps
Now I can. तो इनको बहुत मार पड़ी है. While I was still learning, he's gotten hit so much, and
she
he's been.
started from scratch, but I got all the scratches. I used to get bruised, and then she said, "But it's a dummy. You are a dummy, but you can't hit."
Well, yeah, it hits, yeah. Please, it hits.
Then after that, like, but now she's a rock star. Now even if she brushes her teeth, she does this.
But sir, now, you know, with 5 roles in a film, and practically every film you see, you have 2 roles, 3 roles. Aparchit was one of the films which was transforming completely. How do you get the mindset right for roles where you're like just jumping from one role to another? I'm sure it's shot in a particular sequence.
No, this one was like we had very like the other, except this character is a little different. This guy, this is the main guy. He's there for a significant portion, but otherwise the others are just one scene or 2 scenes. But it's nice when you get that look and then you try something different, and but you need to be in that family, but in that time. Maybe this guy is working for a king, so he has little more poise. Yeah. This guy is more of like he's a hunter-gatherer, so what kind of a body like, and he's older, so so that was all like a workshop for me. It was very interesting. And Ranjith is always saying, yeah, and he'll tell me, you go do what you want and come. Like I put ash and we try some new look, and then he'll say, try adding this, adding that. So he was always there, you know, monitoring what's happening, and I had a very good feedback from him for everything. So it was very easy. But other than that, it's like for every movie I try to do a specific role. In this one he was always there for me, and I'm very glad that Cardian and this guy, both of them, his name is Cardian and he's Thangalaan. They're very different, and in fact
very much I care about that look and like present how I expect. No, he's so he's putting effort, and like I'm first time every time I design all look and thing. First time he designed like
he said you go do it.
Given the reference, and he designed and he did everything, and he came and stand in front of me. You have to tell this is good or bad.
To the point that after sometimes I'll tell him, those people, they haven't given me that red mutty I wanted. Sir, but you're designing, it's your look. No, once you're telling me, I said, cutting class, sir, that's your headache, right? You're the one. Oh yeah, right. And he's an artist, no? So for me, it was always like I want to impress him. Like
really?
Yeah, he's an artist. So it's really nice when you do something and he's like, yeah, actually it's nice, because I know how he sits and does everything. He just gave me a free hand, so I was like, and this is like something you've not seen, but at the same time it has to be so real. It cannot be so out of the box that it's like not believable, right? And we had to use we couldn't use makeup. We had to use different mud. Like there's another character, you'll see the older RN character, it was actually red thing, which we didn't get the correct red. Then we mixed it with some other paint and some nonsense. I got rash, but it doesn't matter. We had to get that with the mud. It wasn't with makeup.
You're ready for everything, anything, and like you just
no. There'll be a fox's head, then you'll have mud, then you'll have little black and whatever. Everything is from natural stuff, you know. So it was very good. But it'll be itchy, it'll be grimy, and it'll break off. And I wanted that. I told him, let's cake it and let it dry. Then you get that. It'll be like parched earth, you know. So you see him, it look really impressive. And
where do you get such passion for? I mean, it's after a point, because I mean, so you're a star. After a point, you want to be looked at clean. You want to be looked at.
No, I think whatever. See, like that day, somebody was telling me. They said, "You look like this. You look very smart. Why would you do this?" And then I had it in my mind. Didn't tell me later. Then they asked me. They said, "Actually, you look better this way than because you really used to have that presence. It's like." Sometimes you just put your soul into something and you're so excited about it and you do it. It works out right. It's like, I'm telling you, it's one of my best looks. Though I'm wearing a Thangalaan, though I'm a Thangalaan, it's like, it's one of the best looks I've ever had. After that, we put all this blood gid and did all that. But it's like,
for me, Ravanan was your best look.
Yeah, Ravanan is also
Ravanan with that, everything with
that.
Money that
अब आप ये देख लो next.
I'm waiting to see this actually. By the way, the film is releasing on 30th of August in Hindi finally. But why the delay? Why the 15-day gap?
No, we had some other films being released and the distributors felt that we should come 2 weeks later. Even Kantara came 2 weeks later and it made an impact. It's always when a film like this is out, I mean, when you put everything into it, but it's a slightly different film and it may not have the regular, response from an audience or an opening. So it's better to plan it and do. That's one thing. And we thought, let's start off with the South, let's not wait. And when we have so many, initially it used to be only Tamil, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll have to think, no, Tamil, but in Telugu they have these festivals, so let's push it to another 10 days. So every time, then they'll say Hindi, then Malayalam actually you can't, because they're all in fasting, so let's not have. So you have to take a lot of criteria into account. Wow. So Hindi alone was there, and we said it's better coming 2 weeks later than coming with 4 big films or whatever. And I think it's a good call.
But as I was listening to all of y'all before as well. But how as someone said that the boundaries have transcended now. Yeah. You have a Tamil film, Telugu film, everything comes across. But do you think that somewhere there is like earlier I used to think of Tamil films very really I would look forward to a Tamil film. Now I look forward to a Telugu film.
Yeah.
Do you all sense the change that the industries are overlapping or probably are fighting for space?
It was always meant to be that way. We are one country with so many cross cultures, and we are like potpourri of so many things, so many tastes and so many flavors, and I think this is the best way India can be enjoyed. And this is how it's, and I don't think we are actually barging into anybody's territory. I think everybody overlaps it. Now because of OTT and because after the pandemic, I think all movies are being appreciated, and content is being appreciated more now because you actually can sit back and take your time over movies.
I think it's just that now everybody has exposure to what's coming out where, so if the word of mouth is good and you have access to, you know that something's coming. Like our film released in, in the Telugu states the second week, they increased the number of shows across Telangana and Andhra.
Theaters,
they added a lot more theaters because people started connecting with the film and they were enjoying watching the film, and a lot of shows were going houseful. So it doesn't matter. I think, it's just like language is just like a small thing, but if people connect to the larger picture, to the emotion, I think.
And they ask me when I go to Andhra, they'll say, when are you doing a straight Telugu film? On Kerala, they'll say, when are you doing a straight Malayalam film? And I tell them it doesn't matter anymore, right?
No,
You do whichever film and it's like love. Love has no language. I think cinema too has no language. It's just.
I think Nani also, I interviewed Nani a few days back. Nani also said the same thing. If I want to make a pan-India film, I can make it in my language and it become a pan-India film now.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Malavika, my last question to you is, you have you're making a debut in Tamil with this film.
Telugu.
Telugu with Prabhas. You're also making Hindi debut with Yudhra now.
Ji.
How many debuts are we having with this year with you?
Actually.
Yeah, it's the debut year for Malavika. It's just you making debuts right now.
The last few years have been my primary body of work has been in Tamil. Telugu is, like you've rightly pointed out, it's become such a massive industry in every sense. The economics of it, plus the kind of artists they have in every sense, that I was waiting for the right project to enter the industry with. And so when the Prabhas film came my way, I was like, okay, nothing gets bigger than this one. And to add to the fact that it's such a good role for the girl, which is very rare to get in a, like a quote-unquote, like a A-list hero film. It's very hard to get such an important role. So I was like, okay, this is great. This is the perfect thing. And it's very different from मैं अभी जो भी दूसरी फिल्में कर रही हूँ, it's very different in comparison. The character is very versatile. So it adds to my filmography of, I can play this, which is what I'm trying to do. Because I've been very selective in the last few years. So finally I'm getting the kind of roles that I want to do on a scale that I want to do. So it's all coming back to back. So that's happening. I think it's a summer release. It's an April release. They've announced it. It's called Raja Saab. It's a horror romantic comedy. Something I've never done before, so I'm looking forward. I'm not the horror element.
I was just thinking, not Aarti again.
I could only do horror element in one film at a time. हर film में अगर मैं करूँगी, यार भूत ही बना देंगे मुझे. And Yudhra is my first out and out. I have done a Hindi language film previously, Majid Majidi's Beyond the Clouds. But it's not a quintessential you can't term it as a Bollywood film, But yes, Yudhra. I've done Yudhra with Siddhant Chaturvedi. Excel Entertainment has produced it, and abhi it's coming out soon.
28th September.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. So
yeah,
he really has.
You may not know the date, he knows it.
I know the date. I just didn't know if they had said the date.
It's not announced officially, but yeah, that's the date.
अच्छा, चलो अब सबको मालूम है. तो but yeah, you're right. It's the year of debuts.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Nice.